started off by putting boards for estate agents.
Yeah.
You drop off and you join selling property.
Selling property, yeah.
And how much was the first? I'm sure you were selling under an agent at that age.
Yes, I was. Actually, is my first. So I started getting 100 Rand for the boards.
Yeah.
And I was promoted to like a show sitter, which was like 300 Rand every Sunday.
Yeah.
So I was literally making less than 3,000 Rand a month in everything that I was doing. But 3 months later, I decided, no, I actually need to start getting commission. So I negotiated with the agent. At that time, I was like a PA slash show sitter slash putting for sale boards slash, everything without getting any commission. So I thought, no, I could actually do this myself. How about you show me how to do it and offer me commission as well in your sales? I'll increase your sales. Smooth conversation, was promoted to become an intern agent. It was basically, that was still the first time, like the first year of getting into the industry. Entire year did well. She did very well under my, because I did increase her sales. Exactly, yeah. And I was more hungry. I was hungrier, so I also had a lot to prove. So considering I didn't go to an institution, like I didn't go to university or anything like that, so yeah. Did that. And then what happened? Oh, then the branch manager decided, no, you could actually do your own thing because we see the talent, we see the skill. Do your own thing, earn more money. Took that opportunity, became a sole agent, an independent agent at that point.
Okay.
And I sold about 12 houses.
At what age was this when you sold 12 houses?
So okay, just to give context, I failed school twice.
Okay.
Okay, so
Grade what?
So grade 3 and grade 8.
Okay.
So I was already above my students basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I started at 19. 20. I was 20 years old.
So when did you sell the 12 houses? At 20 years old?
Same year I joined the real estate industry.
12
But
houses.
remember, under the top producing agent.
Yeah.
So I must give them credit as well in the mentorship and the guidance.
And what was the most expensive house out of those houses that you sold?
At that time I was only allowed to sell houses up to 650,000.
Okay.
I guess that was the maximum amount. Yeah. So that's in listing value, not in revenue.
Listing value.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because next thing my family will come, oh, you've got 10 billion in accounts. But yeah, so I think let me be honest, it is quite a tough industry. Look at Pam Golding, for example. They revenue 2 billion. They revenue 2 billion annually. But I can tell you this: when you look at the looking at the listing volume, they probably have close to 1 trillion. So it's always a numbers game. In a estate, let's go back to the Iboti where I sold my first house for 7 million. Well, not my first house, but my first biggest volume.
Yeah.
You've got.
What was the commission on that 7.5?
It was. I got 350,000.
Pam.
Yeah, I got 350,000.
Did you have to share it with Pam Golding?
No, that's actually, that wasn't even with Pam Golding. That was with when I became an independent agent with
that all came to you.
Yeah.
350,000, one signature.
Literally.
Cool. Sorry, continue with your story.
Okay, so it's a numbers game, right? If you have. And I always say, even with our rental book, we've got a rental book where...
Wait, how much is your rental book?
I'm not going to expose that. I can't
how
expose,
much you
I can't expose that. But
for rental?
It's 10% management, and then it's usually the first month's rent, which is procurement.
First month's rent and 10%?
Yeah, per month.
Sure. That's a lot.
Yeah, well...
Because what? Over 11 months, you basically get 2. Over a year, you get 2 of those rentals, and the owner gets 10 of those rentals.
Essentially.
Okay.
I like the way you've worked it out.
Is that industry standard?
Yeah, 10% is the standard fee. I mean,
and the first month's rent.
And the first month's rent.
Is that industry standard?
That's industry. Procurement. So I'll break it down. You've got a procurement fee, right?
Which is the
first month's rent.
First month's rent, yeah.
But we deserve to be paid that because it's the upfront work. It's the vetting the clients. It's like
Hey, Grant Cardone.
yeah, Grant. Yeah, but essentially it's the first month's rent. But that's obviously once off.
Yeah.
And then for sustainability, well, I don't want to call it sustainability, but I want to call it passive income.
Yeah.
You charge the 10% of that rental amount every month.
Cool.
So let's look at 10,000 rand. You charge 10% of that.
Yeah.
You have 1,000 rand every month. You can create your own salary.
Do you manage the property?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
plumber.
Yeah, we do all of that.
Okay, great.
Which is
Great business model.
essentially it's rare to even you get one plumber a year for one property.
I see.
Yeah,
And if I'm renting my property for the second year, do you take another 10%?
we continuously because then we increase the rental.
But do you take another? Okay, you take 10%. That's what I'm saying. Do you take another? Sorry, first month's rent.
Oh no, we don't.
Okay, cool.
That's
keep the 10,
that's
yeah.
just to actually that's where I'm sitting on a point of privilege. I've built this clientele for the past 7 years of clients of rental books that have known me from 7 years ago. So I've got owners who have been managing their properties ever since.
Right.
So I think that has assisted in obviously getting a rental book.
And got bullies that evict people that don't pay rent. I hear that.
Yeah, there's a thing for that.